Hi everyone, thank you for watching and first of all clicking that play button for today's video. So you'll already know what this is going to be. I'm going to be sharing with you my designer footwear collection, and also I'm going to be sharing with you how I can afford to buy designer shoes, where I get discounts on designer shoes, and my kind of thought process for buying designer shoes. So lots of designer shoes. So I might as well give you a bit of a backstory about my feet as well. If you don't regularly read my blog or you're new to my YouTube channel, thank you for joining us. My feet, I have big feet. So I've got size 8 feet, but also wide feet. And I find on the high street nowadays people have started stocking 9s, but I also find that the size 8s are getting smaller and the size 9s are limited, especially Topshop. They'll always go out of stock, any shoe, unless it's brand new in, straight on the site. It will be out of stock. So a lot of the time I struggle to find shoes to fit my feet on the high street, and I tend to find that designer footwear can be a bit more forgiving. So I've got big feet, wide feet, also got bunions as well. Very attractive, I know. So I do struggle to find shoes to accommodate my feet on the high street, which is why I started looking at designer shoes. But I did only buy my first ever pair of designer shoes 1 to 2 years ago, I can't remember the exact date, and I bought them in the sale. So throughout this video I'm going to talk you through the 9 pairs of designer footwear I have in my collection, and I've put them into sections from where I bought them from. So I'll kind of discuss about the discounts and buying designer footwear on sale, or the purchasing decisions behind buying full price designer items as I get to each item. I just thought that would be the best way to sort of organise this video. My fringe is doing my head in. So to kick off, I will start with the place where I bought my first pair of designer shoes from. You'll probably know yourself that the struggle can be real when trying to find decent black leather boots on the high street for big feet. So I had my eye on these for a while. It's a pair of black patent Jill Sander boots, and they're kind of like a Chelsea boot, but they've got a really practical block heel. They're in a gorgeous patent leather, and then we've got rib detailing all the way up here. Now I bought these from a website which is called Forzieri. That might not be the way that you pronounce it correctly, but it is spelled Forzieri, if I can remember correctly, and I think it's perhaps an Italian site. But I came across this website, and the reason I came across it is because they were giving away a Saint Laurent bag, and I mean, who doesn't want to win a free YSL bag? So I signed up to their database, and then ever since I signed up I just started getting emails saying VIP 30% off, VIP extra money off the sale. So these were in the sale anyway. So I'd go on and browse the site, I'd browse for the sale, I'd spot things that I liked, and I was like, these have already got money off, and I can get another 20 or 30% off on top of that. Maybe I'd be crazy not to give it a go. I think originally these were £600 or £700. Then they went down to about £400 in the sale, then I got about 30% off that as well. So they went down to £280, I think I paid for these, and at the time I was like, £280 for a pair of boots, that is a lot of money. But because I'd had such a struggle, and I always have to find comfortable boots that are fashionable and practical, because I love the Zara ones but they're never big enough normally. So I thought I would just splash the cash, try it out. They literally basically came next day, could not fault the delivery. I think I did standard delivery, but then they decided to give me a faster delivery. Every time I've ordered off them actually, they've done that. So if you do order off the site, maybe just do standard, because for me it seems a little bit pointless to pay for like the quicker shipment if they're gonna quickly ship your order anyway. I don't, maybe they don't do it for anyone, so don't take that off record for me, but I've ordered off the site 4 times, and each time, standard delivery, I've been selected as a customer to get that order quicker. But that was the first pair. I got them, I tried them on, I fell in love. I've had so much wear out of them, and they've kept really well. I probably do need to polish the leather a little bit more, but I mean, a staple boot like this is always going to be a staple in my wardrobe. So these are the culprits that got me into ordering designer shoes. Just to do a little disclaimer about my designer shoe collection, which I probably should have done at the start of the video, but out of these 9 pairs, 7 pairs I've bought in the sale at discounted prices. I've only actually paid full price for 2 pairs of these. So There's going to be quite a few ways to get discounts and site recommendations for you within this video. Sticking with the same website, and I actually think these were my second designer purchase anyway, because I loved the service from Forzieri so much. I then again got another email when the sales were on saying get an extra 30, 40 or 50% off already sale prices, because I'm signed up to their database, depending on the product. And I came across this gorgeous pair of Proenza Espadrilles, and I think I paid £90 for these. Not 100% sure on the original price. I would say £200 to £300 maybe, so I did get them for about a third of the price. And the reason I wanted these is when we got married in Cyprus last year, I just thought I wanted to treat myself to some nice shoes for wedding and honeymoon. We went honeymoon in Mexico, so I just kind of wanted like a really nice holiday shoe that's going to be really comfy, that isn't a trainer. And these are actually so comfy. The leather is ridiculously soft, and I just loved the black and white raffia, is it, kind of type of sole. The only one thing I would say is that because the sole is on the inside where your foot sits is also this type of raffia, it makes a lot of noise. So I don't know if you can hear that because James is cleaning his car outside. How very inconsiderate, so if you can hear a zzz in the background, it's the Karsha. But these are so beautifully made, it's just a shame that they're so noisy. On that note, one tip I would say for purchasing designer shoes online is, if you can do, go in store and try them on first. Make sure you like the fit. Make sure, like these, that they don't make a ton of noise when you're walking, or anything that might put you off. Coming on to my third pair of shoes, and they are also from Forzieri, so can't really recommend this website enough for your designer purchases, but they are these gorgeous By Chloe Wedges, and I'd wanted these for quite a while actually. I had been stalking them online. I tried to find out where they were sold so I could just keep an eye on any sales, and most places they just never tended to go in the sale, because I know this style is still available now. I know it still continues to be brought out in different colourways, so it is, I suppose, a By Chloe staple style. But again, Forzieri in their sale, they had these. They had a members only flash discount, so they tend to do spend £300, get X amount off, spend £500, get X amount off, spend £1,000, get X amount off. Again, I had a discount, but on the off chance, instead of starting at the £300 mark, they also had a lower price point. I can't remember, maybe it was money off £200. So I managed to get these again for cheaper than they should have been. They're normally about £220, I think, and I paid £140. Pretty sure that's the amount that I paid. So I did get them quite a lot cheaper. And Kurt Geiger, you can spend £100 on a really nice pair of wedges as well. So I just thought, for the extra money, these are a real statement footwear piece. I mean, I'm just looking at it now, and these earrings just go amazing with them. These are from Warehouse, by the way, for £12, if anybody wanted to know. I'll leave them linked in the description bar with all of these shoes. But they're just a great statement piece. They lace up the ankle, they're suede. I've taken these on holiday, which maybe was a bad thing to do because I've got a little bit of cork at the bottom that's come off, but these are so unbelievably comfy. I'd say they're more of a flat form than a wedge, so they are super easy to walk in, and again, another great buy from Forzieri. What I will try to do as well is I will try and link non-designer alternatives, like similar style shoes, in the description bar below. So if you like the style of any of these shoes but you don't personally want to spend money on some designer shoes, then hopefully I'll be able to find some decent dupes for you as well. Next up, I have a tan pair of the Isabel Marant Jaeryn sandals, and these again are so comfortable. We've got a really manageable heel. They're a lovely tan leather. They're actually the only tan pair of sandals or shoes that I have in my wardrobe. And then we've got this really nice studded detail around here as well. You can also buy the Jaeryn sandals, and you'll probably know if you're a fan of these, with kind of studs all the way over them. So I think maybe these pair were discounted because they are just a plain one, but this is still a style that Isabel Marant bring out. They just tend to, mix it up every year, and I find Isabel Marant to be really forgiving in footwear sizes. So for my big feet, they're really forgiving. They are quite wide shoes, so this bit here fits the front of my feet really well. They're just so comfortable, and again, got so much wear out of these. I paid for these £120, I think that's all I paid. Can't actually remember the full price of these. Could be anywhere between £200 and £400 for a brand new pair, but I'll leave the price they actually are on the screen. And yeah, I got these for 120, which I saw them and I just thought, I can't really say no. Again, because I tend to struggle with sandals because they never fit here. They're always too small, especially like fast fashion shoes. Size 8 just don't accommodate my feet very well. So I feel like I have to invest in designer shoes that are styles which are going to just last in my wardrobe through and through. And I picked these up from the Selfrigdes sale. I just happened to filter by my size to see what they had, because normally, again, Net-a-Porter, Selfridges, anywhere that has a sale, the shoes for size 8s tend to be a lot more limited and maybe more quirky styles and things I probably wouldn't wear. So again, I just knew that I had to have these. They have been a really great purchase. I mean, you've probably seen them in my holiday lookbook videos and things like that, which I'll leave linked below and on the screen. Like the Chloe Wedges, the Isabel Marant sandals were a sandal that I was after for a long time. So again, I had been scoping out on the internet, I'd been trying to find ways that I could find them cheaper, and when they did pop up on Selfridges, that's why I knew I just had to buy them and try them. So to bring me on to another tip, if you're thinking of investing in a pair of designer shoes, have a look around, do a bit of shopping, you know, read your favourite bloggers, see if they got any shoes that you love, because I saw those on Emma Hill first and that's where I fell in love with them, and then I saw them on people like Sincerely Jules. They just made them look so great. So if you can find a pair of shoes that you know that's the shoe that you want to buy, then you can hold out for the sales, and then as soon as the sales come online for all of the luxury retailers, just go to their website, go in the search box, search the shoe style, and you will know straight away if the shoe is in the sale or not. You might think it's a shoe they bring out every year, it won't go in the sale, but if it's a type of shoe that they bring out in different colourways each year, like those Isabel Marant sandals, they probably will go in the sale at some point, or somebody might do a flash sale or a flash discount. So make sure as well that all your favourite designers or retailers that you are signed up to their newsletter. Some sites off the top of my head, Forzieri definitely, Farfetch, My Teresa, Selfrigdes, Net-a-Porter, anywhere that retails designer items. If you sign up to their newsletter with your email address, you'll instantly be alerted of any sales, you'll be alerted of discounts and things that are going to be able to help you buy the designer pieces you are after for a more affordable price. The next pair of shoes were a gift and they have seen some wear, so if they seem a little bit messy on the inside, they have been worn for a few nights out. But this is a pair of Prada court shoes. They're in a gorgeous silver, I don't really know what that detailing is, but there's some detailing on the leather. They've got, again, a really manageable heel, and I just love this Prada stamp that's here. My husband bought me these for Christmas, but again, I had scouted these out. Another site which is great for discounts on clothing, footwear, homeware I think they do as well, but they're like random flash sales. If you haven't heard of it, is Secret Sales. Again, you just go to the website, all the information will be below for everything. You sign up and then you will get an email every day and it'll tell you which brands they've got on sale that day, and they tend to last for a couple of days. But obviously for the designer sales like bags and things like that, they'll go straight away. 7 o'clock in the morning the sales start, the decent ones will go. So if you've got your eye on something, you need to be prepared to be there at 7 AM in the morning, like I did with my Balenciaga mini city bag. I got that from Secret Sales as well. And they had a Prada sale on Secret Sales, and these court shoes were £190. I think that's the price. Instead of, I think they range anywhere from £300 to £400. So my husband had asked what I wanted for Christmas. I had seen these, I kindly asked for these, and being the amazing husband that he is, he got me them. But I've never had a designer pair of court shoes before, and I was unsure on the sizing for Prada. But again, for my big feet, they fit perfectly. These are the comfiest pair of court shoes I've ever tried in my life. I normally can't walk in them, and because they're pointed toe, they tend to squish your feet together. squish my bunions together, so they're not really a practical shoe for me, but these are so perfect. I would even buy a pair of Pradas full price just because I know that it's a reliable shoe that looks good, fits well, and these are basically my go-to heels for nights out, going for drinks, or say if we're going to go for food somewhere a bit nicer. If you know me, I'm more of a trainer girl in the day, but I absolutely adore these shoes. They're definitely going to get their wear out of them. As we're talking about discount sites, so websites that always have discounted items, that will bring me on to my next pair quite nicely. And this is a pair of Vince Camuto shoes. Now these are suede, so I haven't got much wear out of them because I've just been a bit delicate with them. I don't have the best track record with suede heels, so I've kind of been doing what my mum does, saving these for best, which means I basically haven't worn them really. But they are this gorgeous, is it Mary Jane style type shoe, and it goes all the way across there with these gorgeous stud detailing, zips in the back, so I'd say it's a little bit like a shoe boot. And these are from a website called Shoeaholics. If you've not heard of Shoeaholics, it's basically owned by Kurt Geiger, the same company. So they sell mainly discounted Kurt Geiger, Carvela, June shoes, other brands on there as well. Michael Kors I've seen on there before, I've bought Michael Kors trainers from there before, and a few other brands. So Vince Camuto, which is an Italian designer I believe, was on there, and again I got these for a great discount. Shoeaholics do amazing discounts. I mean, sometimes you could pick up some shoes for £30 that were £250 because they were the Kurt Geiger London ones. So look at the drawer again with your shoe size. I think these were maybe about £40 instead of 200 and something. So these were the cheapest out of all of the shoes that I've got here. And Shoeaholics, yeah, a great way to check some designers out at a really cheap price. But obviously there's a little bit more limitations to the styles that they have. On to my last pair of discounted designer shoes, and this pair is from Farfetch, and it is a pair of the Mason Valentino Rockstud ballet pumps. So we've got this really nice elasticated strap over the top with the studs. They're made of patent, and we've just got like a really thin leather sole at the bottom. I could probably do get some rubber put on these. I did wear them yesterday, so excuse the fact they're dirty because they've been out in the rain, but I picked these up in the Farfetch sale. So Farfetch, again, if you're not familiar with the website, they stock designer items of clothing, accessories, and instead of being one big online shop with a massive warehouse, they actually show the stock of various boutiques across the globe, I think it is. So these made their way to me from a boutique somewhere, not in the UK. I think they came from Italy. Normally it tells you on the site where they're coming from. And these again are great. They're size 41 and a size 8 is normally a 42. So the fact that these are 41 and I fit in them is a miracle. Again, going for higher end shoes, I tend to find that the sizes are a lot better, a lot bigger, and these are still a current style, I think. I think I've seen them floating around as like autumn winter must-have shoes. I think they have been around for a little while, and again they bring them out in different leathers, different textures, different colours, and I paid for these £180 if I remember rightly. Again, I'm not 100% sure on the full price of these. I think they're something silly like over £300, and still paying £180 for them seems a lot, but again, as with the boots, I always struggle to find flat shoes that fit my feet properly, so I just took a chance on these and thought I would order them and give them a go. There was a sale on the site, and I had, again, it was an email that emails get me every time. I had an email from Farfetch saying an extra 20% off sale. So I got an extra 20% off the sale price of these, and I have to say I don't regret getting them. I probably need to wear them more. I'm just a bit like, oh, I don't really want to get them dirty sort of thing, but you're going to buy shoes, you're going to wear them, aren't you? So I need to get more wear out of these, and I think I will this autumn winter. So even though my advice was if you want to buy some designer shoes, sign up to the designer retailers email list, it is also a bad thing as well, because you will find you will get emails in your inbox, and if like me you're a sucker for a discount, you'll be like, oh, I'll just have a little look, and then you'll end up buying more shoes, which is why I now have 9 pairs instead of just 1. The last 2 pairs of designer shoes I have to show you from my collection. I paid full price for both of these, and I've only had them since December this year, and I'm going to show you them. You've probably seen them already on my blog and on here. I'm going to show you them and just talk you through the reasons behind why I bought them and where I bought them from. The first is my Balenciaga race runners. You've definitely seen these before. I've even done a video on them which I will leave linked in the description bar. I think it was my unboxing. And personally, I'm a huge trainer lover. I wear trainers probably 80 to 90% of the time. So for me, investing in a pair of designer trainers didn't seem that ridiculous, although when I tell you the price of them you'll probably think that I'm stupid, but I have had quite a lot of wear out of them. They are really comfortable. Again, this is like a staple designer style from Balenciaga. They tend to bring it out season after season in different colourways. If I'm going to pay full price for an item, I want to pay full price for an item that I know most likely is not going to go into the sale, and an item that is that designer's staple, so it's always coming out every year, so you're going to get lots and lots of wear out of it throughout the year. I bought these off the Balenciaga website itself because I'd loved them for so long, probably for a couple of years, but thought I can't afford a pair of those. And at Christmas I got a unexpected works bonus for hitting, not targets because we don't have targets, but obviously for doing well that year. The business had done well, and as soon as I got my bonus I knew that I wanted to treat myself to these. I mean, I could have saved it, but I'd worked hard for it, so when you've worked hard for something you kind of want to, you know, treat yourself. So I treated myself with these. I did buy them and instantly I felt sick at the fact that I just spent about 400 something pounds on a pair of trainers, but I'm so glad that I bought them. They are my favourite pair of trainers. They're so comfortable. I often get people asking me, oh, where are your trainers from? And nobody ever stops me and asks me what I'm wearing apart from when I'm wearing these trainers. So if you're a bit of a sneaker freak like me, you want a designer pair of trainers that are chic, quite classic, they go with quite a lot of things, they're not gonna be discontinued anytime soon, and you're not going to see them in the sale and feel physically sick that you paid full price when you could have got a discount. In my mind, I'm saving the best pair of shoes for last, and you might know which ones these are, and they would be my Gucci Princetown loafers. I bought these whilst in New York for my 30th birthday. I'll leave my video link below of my New York vlog, and I think I've got a unboxing on these. I don't think I've got a review on them yet though, so if anybody wants a review or a styling video for them, let me know. I do also have a quite old now Gucci loafer dupes video and also a Gucci loafer dupes blog post. Bit of a mouthful there, but I will leave that linked in the description bar as well if somebody wants a pair of affordable type of loafers that look like the Gucci loafers. And I can honestly say, although I know I've mentioned it about some of the shoes here, but these are a big emphasis on the most comfy pair of shoes I own. They are the only pair of flat shoes, and come to think of it, probably most shoes, that have never given me a blister. So normally you have to wear your shoes in, and I was expecting for these to rub on my toes at the front like I normally find flat shoes do. They didn't. Not once. I don't know if it's probably because they've got the Slingback here, but they are so comfortable. They go with so many things. The leather is made beautifully. It's so soft. Just the whole composition of the shoe, I cannot fault it. I would definitely buy another pair of these loafers full price. The reason I waited until New York is because I knew that in America they did the Slingback version whilst they weren't available in the UK. So I don't know if you can get this style with the Slingback in the UK, but I will leave the US ones linked below for anyone in the US, and obviously in the UK we have the ones without the thing at the back, so we've just got the mules like this. And I would say, I've not tried the loafers on, but for me they would probably be a lot more comfortable because they're not going to rub at the back. Now, when James and I went to buy these, we'd been walking around New York all day, so of course my feet were quite swollen, quite big, and I'm trying them on, and I asked for my usual size, and the size, was it 8? I can't remember. Maybe they didn't have an 8, they just had a 7.5 as they called it, or an 8.5 I think it was. So I tried the 7.5, which coincidentally is this pair here, and I just couldn't get my feet in them, and my feet were like overhanging at the back, and I was like, I might need the size up. So So we went for the size up, which would have been the 42 because these were a 41, and I thought, oh, these fit me perfectly. I'll take these ones, and I was so excited because I've been wanting some Gucci loafers for so long. And then the day before we left New York, in the evening, I thought, oh, I better just try them on again, make sure that they fit me, because if I go home, I obviously can't exchange return them because I bought them in the US, and it is a bloody good job that I did because I tried them on and they were just huge. I was walking around and I couldn't even keep them on my feet. So the last morning we went back, first thing, didn't really walk anywhere so my feet weren't swollen, retried the smaller pair on, which again is 41, and for my big feet that just seems quite small, and we tried these back on and they were the perfect fit. I know I'll get so much wear out of these. I did actually take Lizzie Hadfield's advice and I got them resoled underneath at the bottom, which has made a big difference to the grip and also just to stop the sole wearing away. One thing I would say is I got them done at Timpson's, and I don't really think he really gave about my shoes, pardon my French, but down the side of this whole front here, and I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, there's like little scuff marks all the way across here. So obviously when he's had it clamped in, he's ruined the leather a little bit. And I mean, I'm too much of a soft arse to go back and say anything, so I didn't actually bring it up, but I am a little bit gutted that we've got all these marks on the inside of the shoe, and I have tried to rub them off, but I don't really think you can tell too much. The buckle adds a lot of detail, so most people tend to stare at that bit of buckle, and regardless of the price, I know I will just wear these so much, they're so comfy, and I know they're going to get ruined at some point anyway, so I just need to stop being scared of getting marks on my expensive shoes. Now we're talking about it, I'm actually a little bit gutted about the marks on there, so if you do buy Gucci loafers and you do get them resold, I would say don't go to Timpson's, go somewhere else. And maybe say, please be careful because they're expensive. So that is my designer shoe collection, and hopefully it's given you a little bit of insight and some tips on how you can buy designer shoes for cheaper. We've gone over the best websites to get discounts, that you should sign up to the designer retailers and designer outlets online to their subscription service, so you get emails of the sales, you get emails of special discounts. We've spoken about just having a look around at different designer shoes and what you think would suit your style, browse blogs, go online and look at online stores and look at lookbooks. I tend to find that's a good way to see how shoes are fitting, look at trend reports, maybe see if you recognise those designer shoes from previous seasons so you know you'd be investing in a pair that's not going to go out of fashion quickly. If you can, definitely make sure that you can find a pair in store somewhere that you can go and try them on first. Make sure you're happy with the fit, make sure that you know the right size, so when it does come to the sales you can just go and buy them instantly, because it would be pretty gutting to buy the wrong size, have to return them, and the size that you need not being available anymore. Off the top of my head I can't think of any more tips, but if I've forgotten anything I will leave it in the description bar below. Like I said, all shoes, all sites mentioned will be linked, and I will try and find cheaper alternatives as well for anybody who wants to get the look for less. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Hope you don't think it's braggy at all, and I know it's not going to be for some people because some people don't like watching designer or high-end videos, so hopefully if that's you, you haven't got to this point, but if you have, thank you for watching anyway. For anybody new, if you're not subscribed, I'd love if you hit the subscribe button and then you'll see me pop up in your feed for future videos. I try and do one fashion video a week on a Sunday, so go back and have a little check of all my old videos. Leave a comment, let me know you're new, I'll come say hi as well. But thank you for enjoying that quite long video with me. I feel like I've been sat here forever, but I will see you in my next one, and have a great day, evening, week, month,